Welcome, hi, how are you? This is me again. Today we talk about my first day in doing CELTA online. Let's go for the first one. So we had 4 input sessions, and let's start with the first one. It was about CELTA admin and GTQY. So CELTA admin is all about things you need to know before you start your CELTA. Not as a knowledge, but as a process or procedures or things you need to know. If you don't do it, you might fail the course, or you break a policy or a procedure, or a mandatory task or a step to complete your task. So, for example, one of these things you need to be aware of is you have to attend 100% of the course. Never miss 1 hour, and it's a 120 hours course. You will teach 6 hours at two different levels for elementary and intermediate levels. So these are the things you need to know. So some other steps or some other information about the course and so on. So that was CELTA admin session. Wasn't big deal, was easy, just recapping for the information. You suppose you already know it, because you won't apply for such a course without knowing all details about it. So that was the first. Then we went to GTQY. Is still the first input session, and GTQY is for getting to know you, and it's like an icebreaker, especially if this is your first session with your class as a teacher. So you need to know them and they know you through some like games or activities you can do with them. And that was the first session. Now we go for the second one, which is classroom management. And classroom management has some other subcategory under it. For example, how can you use your gestures in the classroom? This is one of them. Now we can go to the classroom management, like let's say classroom arrangement. So how you set the seatings in the classroom, but this is for sure if you're doing it face-to-face classes. But if you're doing it online, so usually you don't have to put them in seats, because wow, you do it online. One more thing we've been talking about is the classroom language. And here it's not the language you teach, it's the language you or the way you talk to your students. For example, in such when you're teaching, you need to take care that you're not offensive or aggressive to someone. You're using a natural language. For example, if you're giving instructions for students, so you give them normally, naturally, not in a very slow way. Do you understand me? So no, like open your book, page 5. So nobody speaks like this in real life, and the students need to get exposed to the natural language they're learning. So that was one tip of the classroom language. And one more thing we've been talking about is the whiteboard, the board you're using. So you need to make it organized and not messy, so it will be comfortable for the eyes of the students, and as well they can get the information clearly. You have to take care of your spelling, grammar, and all that kind of stuff, because it will stick to the students. They will write it down, so you have to take care. One last thing we talked about in the CELTA admin I forgot to mention is CELTA jargon, like abbreviations or something, like TP, ALP, LP, ACT, MCT. It's all about like terminologies or Cambridge language we use in CELTA. That was the first and the second input session. Third was about Zoom training. So Zoom is a famous application and platform we use for delivering sessions nowadays. So that was about how to use Zoom, breakout rooms, how to use the old function, in this platform or application. One last session was lesson observation. And in lesson observation, we watch a video for someone who's teaching, and then we have some task for it, which is to answer some questions related to what things liked about the session, what things the teacher needs to work on for the upcoming sessions, how about his framework, and some details related to teaching methodologies and all that kind of stuff. So that was our first task to do, and I've done half of it. I need to continue for the rest of it. So that was almost my first day, and I'll be back inshallah tomorrow with my second day. See you. Bye.